Yeah.
Okay, welcome to our reformer Pilates session with me, Shane, and Orla. So we're just going to start Orla off on a red and blue, just to start our warm-up for the first 2 minutes. Just going to start off the balls of the feet onto the bar and just pressing in and out for somewhere in around 20 reps. Making sure you control carriage on the way back in. Just making sure our quads are working. We'll go for 5 more reps. And 5. Okay, this time we'll bring the feet over to the left hand side of the bar. And again, we're just going to press in and out again. So try to keep our shoulders down and again controlling the carriage and the way back in with the quads. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we'll bring the feet over to the other side again, toes pointed out at an angle, and again, keeping the shoulders down, controlling, pushing away with the quads, and controlling the carriage on the way back in. Again, making sure quads are working here again, both ways, keeping the tension, and springs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this time we're going to get ordered to bring the feet out either side. So toes pointed out, again down into sort of a deeper squat. And our knees are kind of going to be pointed out a little bit on the way down. And again, big push back on the way out. So we'll be working kind of the inner thigh here as well. Again, same thing, we're going to be working up to about 20 repetitions here. So 10 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this time we're going to get ordered to bring the feet into the middle. So again, just balls of the feet on, and we're going to get her to bring the right foot off. And it's going to come over and push back out and then come under. And again, making sure with this one that the left leg is going to be working quite hard, just to control the carriage as she moves back in. And as the leg comes over and under, really bringing that right knee up towards the chest and pushing back. The last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Perfect. Now we swap over. Same thing on the other side. Making sure again the knee comes right up towards the chest and clearing the foot bar. And again, this side, the right leg is going to be working. Big push out from the bar and controlling the carriage with the right leg as it comes back in. Then the quads we work to go with here in this exercise. So again, you feel that front of the thigh working hard for this. Good, and just into the last 5 of these again to finish off. 3, 2, and last one over, and 1. Good. Okay, this time we're going to get toes down onto the bar. We're going to get over to go into our walk, so dropping every second heel, getting good stretch up along the calves. And again, with this again, we're going to look to do about 20 repetitions. And again, really getting a good stretch into the back of the calves. Again, really getting the ankles moving. And what I'm going to get Orla to do now is just hold down on the right, so drop the right heel, just give it a little bit of a press down onto the right heel, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll swap over to the left again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go back to the right once more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and once more back to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to get her to bring both toes on, and again we're just going to come up to the tip toes of both and then slowly back down. Then we'll just do 5 of these, up again, 2, 3, good, 4, and 5 again, just really working the calves. And we'll go back into 10 more, just again with the walks, just again to really stretch out the calves once more. 10, good stuff. Okay, we're coming to the end of the warm up now, so just another couple of stretches again to really get the legs opened up. What I'm going to get Orla to do now is just bring her foot, right foot across the left knee, and we're just going to bring the carriage all the way back in, bending, and again we're just going to get her to move in and out of this. So just pulsing in and out, just getting a nice stretch into the back of the right glute from here. Again, you can do about 10 of these again, just to really open up glute on that side. 2 more. And 1. I'm just going to get her hold her this one in now again. I'm just going to get her to push with her right hand, push against the right knee again, and just try and really open up that hip. Just getting that hold for about 10 seconds again. Just really open up on the front of the hip and open up that socket. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to swap over legs in. So left across right and pulsing in and out again. We're going to be doing about 10 of these again. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and then we're going to get hold in again, pressing away. Again, really open up the hip. You feel it into the hip and sort of groin area there as well at the front. Really open up that hip joint. And again, we're holding this for about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. That's our warm up done. So when we're warm up done, we're going to start off into our bridges. So at the moment, we're on a red and blue, so we can start with that for now. And again, to make it a bit easier, you just do a red and red, or make it a bit harder, take off the spring stuff. And just to start off, we're going to get Orla to keep the heels on hip width apart, and we're just going to get her to roll up and down 5 times, peeling the back up and slowly down. That's it. 2. Just getting the glutes really warmed up into this skin. Good, and on the 5th one up then, she's just going to hold, and this is going to move carriage in and out. We're just straightening the knees, and we're just going to go again for about 10 of these. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just going to bring the carriage back in, keep the hips high, bring the right foot more into the middle. Take the left foot off, and again from here I'm just going to get her to roll back down again to carriage and up. And we're going to do this 5 times again. 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one up, again we're going to get to hold, and again in and out for 10. Then just straighten that leg out, really feel at the back, the hamstring. 4, 3, that's 2, and 1. Good, keep the hips up, bring both feet back down, this side left foot into the middle, up and down on the left again, so rolling back, really peeling the back off, squeezing through the left glute here in this side. 4, and again the same idea on the 5th one, we'll roll up, and we're going to press in and out for 10. Try and keep the hips high, squeezing through the glute for 5 more of these. 4, and then the last one. Good. And both feet down. down, slowly lower the back down, where you just allow the back to clap down. We're just going to hug the knees into the chest so, and again, just take a little bit of a break, because it can be tough exercise to start off with. Again, just get a little bit of stretch up along the backs of the legs and the back. Okay, from here, we're going to go back into double leg variation, so we're just going to get order to bring the feet out in wide again, like we did in the warm-up, toes pointed out to the side. Again, from here, I'm just going to get her to roll up and down 5 times again, just to get used to this variation. Then really squeezing through the glutes, get the hips nice and high. For 2 more. 4. And then the 5th one again, we'll hold up, and I'm going to get her to roll in and out. Again, keeping the hips high, but squeezing on the glutes, the back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the carriage back in, roll it back down again slowly. Okay, so from here what we're going to get her to do is just work into something that's going to help the hamstrings a bit more. So I'm just going to get her to bring the toes onto the bar. And again with this we're going to really try and come up onto nearly like we're on the tippy toes as we come up into double leg bridge. And again from here we're just going to get her up, moving in and out with the carriage. And again you really feel this more so on the hamstrings at the back. But again you're still squeezing through the glute muscles to keep the hips nice and high. Well done. And 2 more. And from here again we keep the hips up and the carriage up, okay, and we're just going to bring the right foot more into the middle again like we did at the beginning. We're going to take the left foot off, and again from here we're just going to move the carriage in and out. Again, go for about 10 reps. 5 more of these. Good stuff. And then we'll bring the left foot down. Same body again, toes on, try and get up onto those tippy toes, keeping the squeeze onto the glute, and just straighten the knee and the leg as much as possible. Again, obviously if you're feeling this a bit harder, you don't need to straighten the leg as much at the beginning, and then as you become more comfortable, try and straighten the leg a bit more. And again, we'll go for 10 of these. So last 3, 2, 1. Good. And relax the low back down. Okay, just because there's a lot of work going on there, we'll just get order to bring the legs just out over the end of the bar for a second. Get her to grab the back of the right hamstring and just kick the legs straight and up and down. Again, just lengthen out the muscles at the back of the hamstring there, because I know that was tough work. Again, just about 10 of these on the right. And when we're done with 10 on the right, we can then just swap over and we can do 10 on the left again as well. And just feeling the stretch up along the back of the hamstring. Again, you can get the toe involved as well, bring the toe down towards the head as the foot comes up. Drop down to the lower one just for the last one. Okay, so just to make it a little bit harder for Orla, because she's very good at these, is we're just going to drop down to like a single red. And now you can make it harder, we're going to go to a single blue as well, but we're just going to start off with the red. And again with this one, we're just going to go through our 3 variations, our double leg and our single leg each side. So again, to start off with, I'm just going to get Orla again with balls of feet on to the bar, and again, just roll it up into the position from here, double leg bridge position. Okay, and when we're set again, we're just going to get to move in and out. Again, about 10 times, so the carriage is going to move a lot easier this time, so you'll have to really use the backs of the legs a lot more, and it's going to definitely feel a bit tougher on the back of the legs. Just 3 more of these, and last one. Good. Okay, bring carry it again. This time for the single leg, we bring the right foot in again, left foot off. Same idea again, out and back. Now this again will be a lot tougher to do on the single leg. So again, to start off, maybe not bend not straighten the leg as much to start off, and then gradually you can straighten the leg a little bit more each time. Like Orla's doing here, she's nearly getting a dead straight line. 2, 2, and 1 more. Perfect. And bring both feet back down again. This time on to the left. This is the last one we're going to do. So again, in and out again. So you see the leg, we're trying to straighten out as much as we can and really activating our glutes and the hamstrings. The last 4 of these. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and bring both feet back down, and again, slowly lower back, and we can let her just drop the knees out to the side. And again, just moving the hips side to side, and again, just really taking your break after them, because again, they're quite tough. And as I said already, the less springs you have in these, the harder they're going to be. So we're doing that with one red there, or else so. It's good, and just finally just hug the knees to the chest again. Big hug into the chest. Okay, excellent. So that's going to be your bridge work done for now. Okay, so what I'm going to get Orla to is pop up, and we're going to move into kind of a core complex here. So just to start off with, I'm just going to get Orla to be facing down the car, so kneeling, and we can just throw the straps off for a second. So we're just going to do that. So again from here, just to start off, to kind of get the abdominal muscles activated here, we're going to get Orla to kind of pull herself up along the railing here and bring the carriage up along with her. Just on the single rail, and we're just going to allow her to bring the knees back, keeping the shoulders nice and steady, drop the knees back, and then bring the knees up towards the hands. As you can see there, shoulders and arms not really budging at all. And what you're doing here is really crunching with your abdominal muscles here to really kind of activate your deep core muscles. And again, we'll go for about 10 of these just to start off with. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to slide back again, and we're just going to grab the straps from here, and from here you're going to be coming up into sort of a high kneeling position, and you're going to bring both straps into the middle, so you're kind of nearly clasping both hands into the centre. We're going to give it a little bit of a bend in the elbow, and this one again, just have to be a bit careful. We're just going to do a little big twist out to the left and out to the right. And again, we want to try and keep that tension on the straps as we twist and turn. And again, as Orla is demonstrating there, you really want to turn the shoulders sort of out towards the sides as you're doing these. And again, you really feel it again, both sides, just below kind of the rib cage at the side of your abdominal muscles. Good. And with these, again, we're going for about 8 of these each side. So, again, we're on about 2 more each side to go. Big twist again with the big, little bit of bend in the elbow. One more on the other side. Good. And we can relax there then. And we could just leave the straps down to the side for a second because we won't be using them for a bit. Okay, so from here, I'm going to get Orla to turn around. And again, I'm going to be going into a good bit of work here again for the abdominal muscles. So what I'm going to be getting Orla to do is start off on we can go with a blue, yeah? And you can take off the red. So again, obviously with these ones, the lighter the spring, the harder it's going to be. So just to get her warmed up into this, we're just going to get her to pop the hands down on to the foot bar, keep the feet against the shoulder pads and the knees are down. And we're just going to allow her to slide back down, try and keep the hip, knee and shoulder in a straight line, all the way back, bringing those hips down towards the floor and back up. And just, this is sort of like a warm up to the next exercise that we're doing. Now this in its own is a tough exercise with light springs, but we just want to do about 8 of these to begin with, and you want to try and really keep those abdominal muscles contracted. Sliding all the way back. Again, you can see there, keeping the hip, knees and shoulders in a dead straight line. We'll just do 2 more of these. And 2, good. Okay, so that's just the kind of primers for the next one. The next one is just a harder variation of that, where you're going to be again in the same position, but this time we're going to lift the knees up off the carriage. Okay. So again, maybe for this, if you want to try it before you do this in a blue spring, you could try it on a heavier spring like a red one or a red and a blue, and then going. So again, it's already shown there, going to a dead straight line. Same thing again, coming back down, keeping those kind of shoulders down to arm nice and straight, keeping the hip, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, everything practically in a straight line. Again, with these, start off from the lower rep range, and then you can work our way up. So then we'll work with Orla up to about 8, because she's very good at these as well. So, and last couple of these again, really working the muscles hard as you bring the body all the way down. Good. And the last one. That's it. Okay. And you can just bend the knees out. So I'm holding you there. Yeah, so again with that, we'll just make sure that on the way down, we're just going to do a second set of those as well, before we move on to the side variations, just so we can have another go at those. Again, so when we get up into this position again, so we'll get over to come up in the set. Just make sure that when you bring the body back down, you're going to hit a kind of point, a tough point at the end. So again, just really make sure that you just go into a little bit of a time first and come back up and down again. So you can do small pulses first before you come into the kind of longer range. That's it. Again, it is quite tough to get in the abs, so we'll just do 3 more here if we can. So 1, that's it. 2, and you feel this all the way along, even the hips and the quads and everything like that as well. And just last 1. Good. And again, we can bend the knees, slowly bring the knees back down to carriage, and just take the weight off the arms as well, because your arms are kind of doing quite a lot of work. Okay, so just another variation, sort of with these while we're in this position, is sort of a hip hitch in a sidewards position, sort of like a side plank. Again, start with these. Again, you could probably start with a bit of a heavier spring. So as Orla is going to be doing, her top foot is going to be on the front shoulder pad, bottom foot on the back, and again her arms are going to be, her hands are going to be onto the shoulder pad, or to the foot bar at the front. She's going to pop herself up into again that kind of straight line position, and from here she's just going to bring the carriage in and hitch the hip up. So again, you really feel this and kind of in the inside, so you really need to kind of work the muscles just to the side, the abdominals, or side of the rib cage just underneath. And again, it's all kind of driving up with those more muscles, so hips go up to the ceiling. 3 more of these. 2. And last 1. Good. And just bend the knees. And again, you can allow the knees to come back down to the carriage. And again, just take the weight off the arms for a sec before you move on, because it is, you are putting quite a bit of weight in that through the arms. So again, we'll do the same, go the opposite way. So again, top foot is going on the front shoulder pad, bottom foot underneath, both hands again spread. And again from here, just really hitching that hip up, keeping the knees nice and straight. You can do variation of these where you just bend the knees in and out, which is a little bit easier as well. You could try that one. But this one again, we're just really hitching those hip up, and again it's all coming from the bottom side there of the trunk. And we'll just go for 2 more of these. 1. And we can just bend the knees in again, and Okay, that's good. So again, that's quite a good bit of core work there done, and it's, you know, they are quite hard, so you don't need to do a huge amount of them because you're putting a lot of force through. So this time we're just going to move on to some leg work, give the core a bit of rest, and we're going to drop the foot bar down. And we're just going to start off and basically going to be in a sort of a sideline position. Now, if you find that you know, your neck would get uncomfortable or your arm might get comfortable with this, you could put like a pillow or something underneath or a ball underneath. But what we're going to be doing is getting Orla starting off on a red. Again, I'd advise maybe starting in blue if you haven't done these before. But in the sideline position, Orla's just going to come down and she's going to grab the outside strap and she's going to bring that outside strap, bend the top knee in, bring that all the way up above the knee. So once the hard part's there, you get into that position first and resting that kind of bottom arm against the headrest. Okay, from here just make sure that our knees are kind of a little bit further out so that the strap kind of just clears the shoulder pad at the front. And to start off, keep the heels together, knees are together, but then you're just going to get towards open up the actual knees. Again, work the climb. And again, you're going to be feeling this at basically the back, around the glute at the back there. And again, normally with these, the first few are starting off kind of easy enough to move. The carriage will move a small little bit, which is okay. And again, we work up to about 10 of these to start with, and again from there you can kind of work up to higher reps as you go on. Making sure the pelvis stays nice and stable, as Orla shown there, so we're not twisting back too much. And it's again just working the rotator muscles at the back of the hips. So again, just go for 2 more of these. And 2. Okay, and it will completely relax then again from that when we have those reps done. Okay, so then from here, what we're going to get Orla to do is literally lift the hip and the knee, I should say, and the ankle together. So we're really lifting up and all the way back down. So this time we're just basically working the side and hip muscles again. And from here, we want to try and keep both knees sort of the top knee just right above the bottom knee again. And the carriage doesn't move as much as it would for the climb. So it's nearly kind of steady, I'd say. It's kind of the aim is really trying to keep the carriage nice and steady. And again, you really will feel the side of the hip, your lateral hip muscles there are really working hard. For 3 more of these. 2 and 1. Good. And completely relax the leg again from here. Okay, so you will start to feel that quite a bit into the glute. So from here, I'm just going to get Orla to use the top arm to basically pull the strap, and she's going to put it down around her foot here. Again, might sometimes have to use kind of both hands to kind of pull the strap. Okay, again from here, we're just going to start off keeping the knee above the strap, and again we're just going to drive that foot down nearly like in a straight line, back down, let the knee bend back up and forward. So again, the key thing is try and keep a gap between knees so that the strap further up kind of avoids yourself and avoids part of the carriage. And again, you will feel glute working pretty hard here, so I'm just going to go for a few more reps of these. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good, just bend the knee and just take the slack, just give it a bit of slack, okay, and give yourself a rest for a second, okay? Okay, and the last variation of these, right, is we're just going to get Orla to straighten out that top leg in with the foot in the strap. Bring it about halfway up to where you would be, so that's full way up and all the way down, so about halfway up. Try and turn the toe down a little bit towards the floor, and from here, just going to do small pulses up and down with the leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely, bend the knees and rotate the strap up. Okay. Lovely. Now, so we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So hopefully it'll be a bit shorter this side. So again, the good thing about these is you're not putting a huge amount of force through the joints, such as you're just working the muscles really hard. They are quite tough on the muscles, but again, just to start off from here again, just in that position, we're going to start with the climb and open it up. Again, keeping the heels together. Again, open up the knees. knees, so the carriage will move a bit here, which is kind of part of the aim of it, just really open up the knees. And again, trying to start, as I said, to try and open up that hip as much as possible. Just 2 more reps, 2. 1. Good, and completely relax after you have those clams done. Okay, give the leg a break for a second, and then what we're moving on to then is again, like the second exercise is both knee and the heel is raising up our knee and foot. And again, this time, as you can see, Joe is demonstrating very well, the carriage is not really moving at all. That's kind of your aim. Try and keep that carriage like that. And again, working up to about 10 reps. Again, this is on the red, so it is tougher on the red. I'd recommend, if you haven't done these before, starting on the blue first and then working your way up through the reps for last 2 and 1. Okay, and again, completely relax here. So they're the first 2 done in the short lever position. Then we're going to get Orla to bring the strap down around the foot. Again, pulling the strap, that's it. And again, from here, once you have in that position, we're just going to push back down, sort of like getting the leg into a straight enough line, driving that hip back, really extending that leg out, and then bringing the knee back into it as well. That's it, driving back down. And get about 10 of these. You will really start to feel that in the glute. 2 and 1. Good, and just relax that again, just bend the knee, give it a bit of slack, so take the strain out of it. And then the last variation again to finish off, leg comes out at an angle, about 45-degree angle, toe point down towards the floor, and again up and down, pulsing again. If you really feel the outside of the hip there as you pulse. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and bend the knee in, we can take the strap off. We can give Orla a break from the leg work for now. Okay, so yeah, perfect. So just while we're in that position, that's a little bit of leg work done there. So what we'll do is, again, we'll give the legs a bit of a break. We'll work on some of the upper body work here. So we'll go through a bit of just a circuit here with the upper body. So we're going to get Orla to come into high knee position from here. We'll just start off, she's on the red already. So we'll just get her to grab the big loop on the right strap there. Just one at a time, and just to start off, we're just working, just roll back nice and steady, keep the arm dead straight, big push back, just squeeze the back of the shoulder and slowly forward. And again, with these again, red can be tough for the higher reps, so again we start off around anywhere between kind of 8 and 10 of these. And again, but the aim is that we want to try and keep that arm nice and straight, and again really feel at the back of the shoulder, give a big squeeze at the back when you get there. Just one more. Lovely. Okay, so from here, what I'm just going to get Orla to do is bring her left hand down onto the headrest. And what you're going to do is tuck the elbow into the side. Now you can grab the outside or the smaller strap, and you want to tuck the elbow in. It's just going to go into tricep extension, so you can really drive that arm back. That's it. And again with this, you just want to feel tension both ways. You want to keep that elbow tucked as close to the body as possible. Again, these are tougher because it's a smaller group of muscles are working here. So again, working in about 8 to start with, so just 2 more there for that. 2, excellent, and you can leave the strap down again. Okay, cool, and we'll do the same on the other side again. Now again, it is going to work for that upper back, slash back of the shoulder area. So again, just starting off, hand nice and straight, big roll back. Again, really feel it there, at the back of the shoulder. Big squeeze, and just making sure you're feeling the tension both ways. So keeping tension in that strap all the time. That's it. And again, we're just really working that arm just for 2 more. here, just get her to bring her right hand down onto the headrest again. Just bring the knees back a small bit, tucking the elbow into the side, and again, big roll back with the arm, so it's just basically elbow bent to straight arm. And again, you're really working the tricep off the back of the arm there. And again, these are tougher on their own, so again, we just start off with around 8 repetitions of these, and again, you can kind of work your way up, so just last 2 here, 4 up. Okay, so from here, just to keep up with the upper body work, we're going to get over to turn around, and she'll be basically kneeling facing the other way. So the feet here can kind of come in between the shoulder pads, and then you can kind of sit down towards the heels. And just to start off with this, again, we're just going to work just the kind of chest or the front there and the chest as well. But to start off, we'll just do a bit of a bicep curl. So as always there, just kind of all forward basically, and just roll up forward for the bicep curl. And so when the hands are stabilizing you there, the other one again is giving a big curl up, big roll. These are a little bit easier than the tricep pulls. Again, you want to keep that elbow nice and tucked into the side and straighten back as much as you can, and big curl forward right up to the front of the shoulder. And again, with these, you're aiming for again about 10, but you can work up higher with these. So just a couple more of these now. And last one. Okay, from here, I'll just get her to sit back onto the heels a little bit. Again, we're just going to grab into the hand into the big strap. So the hand is just going to come forward and just tucked into the side. So I'll just get you up, sit back into the heels there again. Okay, and you're just going to get her to sit back there, and you're just going to get her to drive forward with the arm forward just to start off with, and slowly back forward. Now again with these, you can start on or do these with a heavier spring if you want. But the red on its own is probably tough enough with these anyway, because you're just really working the front of the arm and sort of the chest as well. And what we can do to make these a little bit more difficult, and what I get Orla to do, is that as she's coming from the low sit position, she can rise up, high sit position, and back down. 2, and we'll just do 5 of these. 3, 4, and last one. 5, excellent, and sit back down. Okay, we can leave that strap back down, and we can change to the other side, and we'll start off with a bicep curl. So on the other side again, so tucking the elbow in by the side, into that nice position. The only thing really that's working here really is just that bend in the elbow, and letting it straighten all the way back up. And again, really want to exaggerate those movements again, nice and slow on the way back. And again, big pull forward, really feel the contraction in their bicep muscles at the front. And again, as I said, about 10 of these will be okay, so we can just do 2 more. And 2. Excellent. Okay, from here, again, I'm just going to get her to sit back onto the heels. And again, the hands can come out into the big strap. So again, the strap is just kind of between the thumb and the index finger. Just starting off, just bringing the arm forward and back. Again, what you can do is just give that little bit of a bend in the elbow when it comes back to the side to make it a little bit easier to get it out to shoulder height. And so that's 5 done. And what we can start to do then for the next 5 is just come up into that high position for 1. Really drive into the hips, 2 to help you out. And use some momentum as well to try and get the arm up. And just the last one. Right. Excellent. And you can just leave the straps down. And that's a good bit of our body work done. Okay, so we don't have too much longer to go, so what we'll do is just a small bit of finishing leg work, and then we'll do a bit of stretching as well to finish us off as well, and we'll be there. So I'm going to get Orla to come up, and she can put a red and a blue on. Just Again, this is going to be a bit tougher, so we're just going to work with one mat onto the timber, just the production ones, and one mat onto the carriage. Okay, so just start off, we all step onto the timber first, and again I kind of recommend people just come into that bit of a quarter squat position first, and again from here she's just going to straighten the left leg out and back in. Now again with these you can work for time or reps, whichever you like, but again for these we'll just work up to about 12 reps. And again, what you're doing is really working that outside leg, make sure that leg in the timber stays nice and steady. And just 3 more of these. Perfect, and we can just relax again with the legs, again shaking the legs out again. We'll just do one more set of these again for the hip abductions. And so again, when we're ready, we're just going to come down into that quarter squat position again, and we're just going to go for another 12 of these. So we're just ready again. Yeah. Again, the outside of the leg now will really start to feel like it's burning up a bit. So just 3 more. 2 and 3. Good, we'll just shake the legs off. So just to make this easier and quicker, we can just basically turn around, and I'll get Laura to turn around and basically do the same, except this time it's going to be on the right. So into that quarter squat position again, start off with a really press the leg out and back. Again, you can see that left leg stay nice and steady onto the timber. The right leg again is really pushing the carriage away. 3, 2, and 1. Good, just shake the legs out for a sec. We'll do one more rep of those, and we'll do a last pass on the glutes and we'll be done. Again, keep it nice, steady into that quarter squat position. You're really feeling the outside of the hips, going to really be working hard here. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, okay, last blast to finish. So you're just going to be working on the glute max muscle. So again, I'll get you to pop down, and we'll just bring the mats down either side. This will be just the last one to finish off before we come on to our stretches. So we can put just one green spring on. So it's the big heavy one in the middle. We can take off the other springs, or we could just leave a blue one as well if you really want to make it hard. But green is also like, we'll bring the foot bar up. Okay, I'm going to get Orla to come down to left hand side. She's going to come down into a little bit of a split squat position. Her right foot is going to go against the shoulder pad. So bending down that left leg a little bit, and she's just going to drive back with the back leg. Again, trying to keep him fairly upright in this position. And again, normally for these, again, if you want to do for time, you can blast out for 30 seconds or so. But again, it is quite tough. So even if you got up to about 15 reps of these, it would be great. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. And we can rest. And we'll literally do the same on the other side. We won't go too severe. And again, down into that bit of a squat, then into the front leg and pushing back with the back leg. Really straightening back that back leg and squeezing through the glute is the key for this. And again, you will feel that standing leg working too. I'll just go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. Okay, what we'll do from here so is we'll just take the green off, we'll come down to blue, and we'll do a little bit of just a warm down here to stretch down. Okay, to start off, what I get over to do is just come down into our hip stretch. So front leg is flat, or front foot is flat, I should say, onto the mat. We're just going to get to come back, real deep stretch back in that hip flexor.
Sorry.
Okay. And again, what we're going to do here is just after about 10 seconds of holding this, get her to bring the carriage up a little bit forward, get her to bring her left hand or inside hand up towards the ceiling, so this straight line. And again from here, get her to drop down a little bit deeper into the stretch then again. and really trying to reach up towards the ceiling. Going to really feel that up along even the side of the hip as well, and the front of the hip. And from here we're going to get her to bring her hand down in front, and a big rotation backwards, good, and back to the front again, and just once more back, round, perfect. And last time she's just going to bring the hand back up towards the ceiling, in deep again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, good, and we can relax down. And from here I'm just going to get her to bring her toes up at the front to stretch out the hamstring. And again, really sitting back down into, as I was saying, trying to kind of bring your body down towards that front knee if you can. But you will probably feel a good bit of a stretch in this anyway, when you're kind of leaning into it. So again, we'll just hold this out because the work we did at the start and a lot of the leg work will really kind of tighten up the muscles at the back. So we just want to relax them all the way down to their resting length again. And again, I'd be recommending try to hold this for around 20-30 seconds. And once we have our 20-30 seconds of those done, we can come back up nice and slowly, and we can come around to the other side. And again, down into the hip stretch. So again, as I said, to this we start off at about 10 seconds of just the deep hip flexor stretch. And once we've the 10 seconds done, bring the carriage up a small little bit, bring that inside hand up all the way towards the ceiling, really stretch up so really feel it from on the front of the hip again, as I said, and then get it to just drop the hip again a bit further in that one and hold that stretch. So these are nice long stretches just in the cool down. And from here, bring the arm down, a big rotation out to the back, really open up the chest and back forward. And again, we'll do a second one again, just really open up that hip and the chest and back forward, and then all the way back up towards the ceiling. Again, dip the hips again once more, and again we'll hold this for about 10 more seconds, again to really get the hips loosened up, and the abs will help with those too, that whole area around there. And we can relax back out of that one. So, and then toes up at the front for the hamstring. And again, really trying to get that front knee, leg straight as possible, and trying to hold that stretch. Again, we'll be looking at trying to hold this stretch for about 20-30 seconds. And again, with these, when you have time at the end, you can spend more time doing these stretches yourselves. If you feel there's a particular area that's a bit tight, we want to get, again, with this kind of the body or the head down towards the knee, and again really feel that stretch at the back. And when we're done, again we can come up